What's up, everybody? I am KeyLovesGod. Welcome back to my channel where I help uplift, encourage, and inspire others on how to be made in His image and on how to be the best versions of yourselves. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. And for those of you who've already been here before, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to Kanye West basically telling something about the New World Order in Hollywood. So this is under culture covered. You guys know I enjoy reacting to this particular channel, so you guys can definitely go over and subscribe to them and kind of check out what they got going on. But we're gonna see what Kanye's talking about tonight. So this is actually New Year's Eve, you guys. So by the time you see this, it'll already be New Year's Day. So actually a day after New Year's or something like that. So you guys basically make sure you tell me what your New Year's resolution is, and are you guys doing anything tonight for New Year's Eve? Like, what did you guys do? I want to know. Comment down below.
Speaking out on the New World Order, and he claims he has evidence the entire Hollywood is being controlled.
The enemy's plan is set up far before the fallout.
In case you were wondering, no, Kanye West hasn't been silenced, and he is once again speaking out against the entertainment industry. In his new interview, Kanye revealed that the recent controversies shaking up the celebrity world, like the Balenciaga scandal, are connected to something much bigger and more sinister called the New World Order. But what exactly is the New World Order, and what kind of evidence does Kanye have to support this theory?
Yes, there are people that are the head of the New World Order, that are part of the CCP, and a part of elite Zionist Jews.
It's been a couple of months since Kanye West was effectively blacklisted by Hollywood and corporate America. However, that doesn't mean Kanye is no longer speaking his mind in public. In his latest interview, Kanye touched on the topic of the New World Order, and he talked about the connection between Hollywood celebs, their handlers, and political elites. But before we go into what Kanye said, let's go over some context first, because New World Order is a highly controversial subject. And while most people believe this is just another conspiracy theory, there are also many of those who are convinced the term conspiracy is used to discredit everyone who questions the official narrative. Now, the New World Order is officially labeled as a conspiracy theory, and it basically refers to the belief that a secret group of elites is trying to implement a totalitarian world government. A number of individuals and organizations are alleged to be a part of the elite group, and they've been accused of using Hollywood and the entertainment industry for their...
Okay, to sum up a New World Order, you guys, what they're not telling you is New World Order is basically we're moving under Judaism, which is, you know, putting God first, to basically the beast system. Beast, B-E-A-S-T, which is basically taking God out of everything, removing God off, like, in God we trust, off the dollar bills, and, you know, just having more control and moving into one world religion where everybody is under the same umbrella. Everybody has the same belief system. Everybody believes the same thing. You no longer will have an option to decide, I want to be a Christian and I want to be a Baptist Christian, you know, instead of being like whatever your other religious beliefs are. You know, I believe in Buddhism or Taoism or anything, you know, like some people may believe in Allah, you know, or they're Muslim. So it's like pretty much they're trying to make it to where everybody believes the same thing and how it is just one world religion where they have total control over everything. All of the worlds come together on a mass scale and they all have the same agenda, which is peace, love, unity. It's like the perfect thing to usher in the Antichrist, pretty much.
For their propaganda. But the belief in New World Order is nothing new and can be traced back to the 19th century when a group of Christian priests, starting with John Nelson Darby, claimed that people who made a deal with the devil in exchange for money and power are used as pawns by the elites who want to impose a world government and the belief in a false prophet. Some modern Christian conspiracy theories have alleged this false prophet will be either the last pope of the Catholic Church, a guru from the New Age movement, or a prominent political leader. This idea idea is also closely connected to the belief in the existence of a secret society known as the Illuminati. A number of celebs have been alleged to belong to the Illuminati, including Kanye's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, and her family, as well as former friends Beyonce and Jay-Z. These celebs have been accused of using their influence to subvert Christianity and promote the idea of the New World Order through subliminal messages and hidden symbolism.
They control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
And of course they're going to try to joke about it and make light of it and say like, oh, and people think I'm a part of the Illuminati and all that kind of stuff. They make jokes about it because it's literally hidden in plain sight. They're making a joke out of it because it's just like the same thing they do with Jesus Christ. Like they joke like, oh yeah, like Jesus Christ, oh yeah, he's your Lord and Savior, whatever. He's nothing more than a prophet, or he's nothing more than just a spiritual leader, you know. But really, like, if that's the case, why are people trying so hard to bash him and to get rid of his name and to say that he doesn't exist and to say that the Bible is not real and all of these other things that have proven true time and time again? You know, that's just like if somebody came up to you and you wanted to hide something from them, like it was literally a secret, you didn't want that person to know about it. And like, for instance, Christmas is the perfect thing. Say you bought a really special gift for somebody and it's a secret, you don't want them to know, but they're suspicious of you. They're like, oh, you've been acting funny, and I seen you bringing a bag yesterday. And they're like, oh yeah, I bought in a bag with your Christmas gift in it, knowing you right there. Like, why would I do that? You know, they're playing it off, knowing good and well that's exactly what they did, because they don't want you to get suspicious of it. So they're trying to like play it off a little bit. It's like the same thing that they do in these type of secret societies and these secret type of, you know, groups, if you will, because it's a secret. It's not meant to be told. Of course, they're not just going to come out and be like, oh yeah, of course I am. If they do come out like that, they're making it a joke. They're making it lighthearted because it's something that you're supposed to hush hush about. Just like that interview with Kevin Hart and Kelly Clarkson when she was like making a joke about it, and he said, yeah, no. And he went like that. He said, you just need a shh. And she was like, oh yeah, I need a shh. And he was like, yeah, we don't talk about that. Like, and he told her straight up on live air to be quiet. Have we not seen Jim Carrey expose it? Have we not heard about Michael Jackson talking about this group of people who was after him before he passed away? You know, there's so many celebrities, and are we just going to all say that they are not telling the truth or that they're all lying? Like, they can't all be liars if they're all coming out saying the same thing.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Some conspiracy theorists also believe the Illuminati symbolism of the New World Order hides in plain sight. For example, in the $1 bill, the Great Seal of the United States, the architecture of the National Mall, and the streets of Washington, D.C. Proponents of the New World Order conspiracy have also theorized that the world government will be implemented through population control by advocating for family planning programs, contraception, and
absolutely. All this stuff that she's naming is true. Like, I don't know if you guys think for yourselves, but all of this stuff is real. Like, they are trying to do population control. Like, that's even on the Georgia Guidestones, where they're talking about eliminating a mass majority of the population just so that the planet can breathe and like Earth can just be with nature, nature can be with Earth. And they want to take it back to, like, I think it's 400,000 or 400 million or something like that. I don't know. It's not a lot. If you guys know the exact number, please comment it down below. I can't think off the top of my head right now, but that's a lot of people. We have like, what? How many people on this earth? Like 8 billion maybe? I don't know the exact quotes or numbers, but I do know that they're trying all of these different ways to basically get all these individuals under a certain number on this planet Earth. And since they can't do it on a mass scale, they do it little by chipping away with certain things. Like, a lot of people would say the jab does that. A lot of people would say that contraception does that. Like, how many of you went to your doctors and they told you, oh, you should get on this form of birth control because it's going to help with your menstrual cycles, it's going to make them lighter, or this will help to prevent you from getting pregnancy, and you took those pills and now you're having trouble with maybe health issues, or maybe now you can't get pregnant, or maybe you have irregular, you know, monthlies or whatever, or, you know, certain things that we've been told was good for us growing up is not, and it's leading to a lot of these raising numbers and percentages in cancers and a lot more deaths that you've ever seen. The jab is causing a lot more people randomly just passing away suddenly. Healthy young individuals, okay? It could be any age group that's just getting these random malignant things where they're just passing away. A lot of it has to do with the food. What are they doing to the food? What's actually in this food? What are they spraying in the air? You know, I could just go on and on and on about all of the toxic things that we ingest and that we take in every day, from the deodorant to the lotions to your wall plug-ins to the stuff that you put on your fabric to clean your laundry to the dishwashing liquid, like all of that stuff, you guys. If you're not reading the ingredients and you're not paying attention to what you're constantly inhaling and ingesting, all of those things are little things that over time form up in your body, and they will literally like take you out. And it happens, you're like, oh wow, that would take 100 years for that to happen to me or whatever, but they're coming up with more and more creative ways to make these types of things happen. So if you think about it, these things are not far-fetched, and like, we cannot be ignorant of Satan's devices, you guys. This is a very dark world, and it's a very spiritual battle going on that you have to stay prayed up, and you have to use your discernment and what you're buying, who you're talking to, who you're letting in your business, what you're watching, you know. Ingesting doesn't have to just be food. It can also be what you're watching, what you're listening to as far as the music, because we know a lot of these artists be putting these spells and stuff over their songs, and you're singing them, and you're literally manifesting that stuff into your life when you're singing that. They're coming from a place to where they were feeling like, you know, wanting to do something to themselves, or wanting to cheat, or wanting to go steal, or wanting to have money, so they're willing to go off and do all these things in order to get it. But you're rapping it and you're singing it with all your heart, and you're putting your faith in these lyrics, and this is telling your whole life story, and you're so into it, that stuff will literally start manifesting itself. Okay? Some of these artists don't even write these songs themselves. They have ghostwriters that's, you know, speaking on behalf of a woman, but it's a man writing it. And then these women are out here wanting to call themselves the same thing that these men are calling these women. And it's just backwards, and it's so wicked. And all of this stuff is just something you have to open your eyes to.
Which is also something that Kanye recently talked about in one of his interviews.
And there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And then you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life and pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
Besides population control, New World Order theorists believe
lying.
groups that are seeking to implement government use different methods of mind control to influence the masses. These mind control tactics are said to include everything from brainwashing programs such as the infamous MK Ultra to subliminal advertising in the media. Now, what's interesting is that there are a lot of things about this conspiracy theory that have zero proof. However, MK Ultra is not one of them. See, Project MK Ultra was once thought to be a conspiracy theory. However, in 1977, a Freedom of Information Act request uncovered 20,000 documents related to this secret project, and more shocking documents were declassified in July 2001. These documents showed the CIA worked on developing procedures that could be used for brainwashing.
The CIA man overseeing the project was John Gittinger.
There was continued pressure put upon anybody within the agency in connection with trying to explain or understand brainwashing. So we were charged with rather an elaborate attempt to try to find out chemical, psychological, any kind of means that people could use to influence the behavior of the people.
MK Ultra program, which started in 1953 and ended in 1973, used a wide variety of methods to manipulate its subjects' mental states, including administration of high doses of psychedelics, especially LSD, along with electroshocks, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, isolation, and more. Now,
and remember when Kanye, in that video I had reacted to, he was exposing that handler who was, you know, a high-profiled fitness coach or something like that, who literally was telling Kanye, like, if you don't be quiet, I'm going to send you back to La La Land, where you're in a medical facility and you're so drugged up you don't even know what's going on. And it literally says that here, high doses of medication. Let me go back. High doses of psychoactive drugs. Okay? And that's just one of them, especially LSD and other chemicals. Do you guys know how that can really mess up somebody's brain? And a lot of these media sites, what they want to do from the higher ups is discredit these artists who are actually speaking out against these people. They're telling the truth. They're trying to expose the darkness that's going on, a lot like us who are Christians or believers of Jesus Christ, children of God, kingdom warriors, whatever you want to refer to yourself as, like we do. And of course, you're going to be faced with dark entities, dark forces that are trying to attack you and come against you. It's no different from what's happening here. And it's like, if you're going through that yourself, it's almost, I won't say it's easy to identify, but it's not hard to be able to pinpoint and to be like, that's what they're doing. But that just goes to show you, like it says, high doses of psychoactive drugs, where Kanye was exposing his handler. And I mean, a lot of the stuff that he's saying is adding up. So is he really crazy and telling the truth? Or are they making him out to look crazy and to look like a liar? Like, I mean, I don't know.
Psychedelics, especially LSD, along with electroshocks, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, isolation, and more. Now, as for Kanye's connection to the story about MK Ultra, some of Kanye's fans speculated that the Hollywood elites tried to brainwash Kanye by misdiagnosing him as bipolar, and even planned to put him under conservatorship once they realized they couldn't control what he says in the public. Well, Kanye is now opening up about this and much more in a new interview with X17, and he revealed he's actually autistic and not bipolar like previously thought.
Jesus says, love everyone. God says, love everyone. For me, I believe that in no way, I am not bipolar. I'm not in some kind of episode.
I remember seeing this,
y'all. I may be slightly autistic, like Rain Man. And that's part of my superpower. That's the reason why I can produce tracks and design and do so many things.
Interestingly, in another recent interview, Kanye mentioned that his former personal trainer, Harley Pasternak, may have been placed in charge of his well-being so he could brainwash him by giving him the wrong pills.
Let me read this Harley text. This is how he was ready. This is a trainer, but come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So it shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you, or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you.
See?
And you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me to force me to go and like apologize.
But what's also bizarre is that back in 2016, Kanye was hospitalized after an incident at Harley Pasternak's house. And at the time, all the outlets claimed that the incident was connected to Kanye's bipolar disorder.
And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched the medication. and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really?
However, Kanye is now saying that not only was he misdiagnosed, but the Hollywood elites may have also tried to use him as a scapegoat for the recent Balenciaga controversy. Kanye explained that Balenciaga tried to use him as the face of their brand instead of Kim Kardashian, so he would get blamed for their controversial campaign featuring children. However, Kanye said he ruined their plans by sharing a tweet about Jewish people. This ultimately forced Balenciaga and other companies to cut ties with Kanye, which means they could no longer blackmail and control him.
You know what's interesting about the DEF CON tweet is, and the relationship to Balenciaga, the enemy's plan.
See, and I think that's so funny because people don't really take time to really focus. A lot of people are tired of Kanye, and I don't blame them. But at the same time, you have to be able to read in between the lines of what's really going on the bigger picture, okay? Because that was really a genius move of what Kanye did, in my opinion. Y'all might say otherwise, that's fine. I say that because y'all heard them just say Balenciaga was using kids on their campaign. Like, and this stuff was very demonic looking. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it was very inappropriate to have kids on there in that mess and doing all that. It was just demonic, okay? And they tried to use Kanye instead of Kim Kardashian because they wanted to blame him. Usually they put a face of somebody on the front of the brand, and whoever that person is usually takes the backlash, or usually they get all the glory and all the honor for whatever brand it is that they're on or cover they're on, right? So they tried to blame Kanye for the backlash they were receiving. They wanted him to carry all that instead of Kim Kardashian, to take him down. But he flipped the script on him, and what he did instead was he put out a tweet about Jewish people. So that forced Balenciaga and all the other brands to drop him. So they can't use him, and they can't do anything, and, you know, they can't put him on their brands and say, oh, you know, he's the cause for this backlash or whatever. They can't use him like that. So people don't understand why he's saying what he's saying, but, like, he's playing chess, not checkers.
Far before the fallout, it feels like they put me in the front of the show and swapped him out so that I could be the face at the time when the photos hit. But God had me tweet the DEF CON, and then they had to cut ties to me. So they weren't able to use me in that way. And I just feel blessed. We have to lean into the Spirit in all things we do.
And then Kanye went on to talk about the New World Order, claiming that China is trying to take control from the U.S. as the #1 global superpower by controlling the American media through Jewish executives.
We have to bring Christ to the CCP. We need to bring Christ to China. China control y'all. China made this phone and controls this phone and controls the people that you're going to get this video to. The Jewish people are the middlemen. They sold America to China. They sold the American media.
However, Kanye also clarified that the people involved in the creation of the New World Order are not to blame because they're being controlled by the devil, and he added the only solution is to turn to Christ.
Yes, there are people that are the head of the New World Order, that are part of the CCP, and a part of elite Zionist Jews. There are people who are involved in creating the fentanyl crisis in America. But that's Satan using them.
Yep. Remember, it's a spiritual battle.
We need to be very clear. Christ is king.
Now, you already know that social media had a lot to say about Kanye's claims that the devil is using the Chinese government and Jewish people in America to push the New World Order. And while a lot of people are saying this theory is completely ridiculous, and this just proves Kanye has lost the plot, others are praising Kanye for being brave enough to speak on something that should concern everyone. Please stop giving this man this kind of platform, one fan said. He clearly needs help, jokes aside. And another fan wrote, by saying Jewish people, he is making unimaginable massive generalizations of who he actually means is a few people in key places. Imagine if a few heads of companies, etc. were black and I said black people when referring to them. It's insane. However, Kanye is not without his supporters, and many fans are saying that the fact that Kanye was canceled so quickly proves he's speaking the truth. One fan commented, as a person who knew about this information since I was in high school, the fact that someone who is as big as Kanye is talking about it openly means the system is collapsing and a new day is around the corner. Another person worried about his safety and said, I know he's well protected, but I worry about this man's safety. Stay safe, yay. But now we want to hear what your opinions are on this. Do you think Kanye is spreading conspiracy theories, or is there some truth to his claims about the New World Order? Let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, don't miss out on
all this stuff that's going on. Is not a coincidence. It is very much, it's definitely set in place, and it's very calculated moves that are being made. Kanye is very calculated in what he does, but since a lot of us only see one side of things, we don't know what's going on the other side. It doesn't make sense, and we're like, what is this man's problem, right? But when you actually take a look at the bigger picture and what's going on, and you read between the lines on both sides, on all sides of the situation, the puzzle pieces start clicking, and you're like, okay, maybe he's on to something here, you know? So, you know, we just can't be so quick to write people off and so quick to just call people crazy and just calling them names and stuff like that. You know, pray for Kanye, pray for his soul, pray for his safety, you know, pray that he's continually protected, and, you know, you want to make sure that also just realize that these celebrities are just puppets. They're just like you and I. Like, so many celebrities have spoken out about this. So many celebrities have gone out, you know, saying that these people were after them. Who are these people they're talking about? Remember, Martin Lawrence was in the middle of the street waving his arm saying that they were trying to, you know, take him out. And Britney Spears went crazy, and she was shaving her head bald, and she was hitting the cars and stuff like that. And, you know, Mariah Carey was hospitalized. You guys, it is so many people, so many celebrities who have come out and said the same thing. But he is the bravest person to come out and speak against all of this. I mean, other than Michael Jackson, he spoke about so much of this in his songs. Aaron Carter, who recently passed away, he too was saying how Sony Records owes him, I think, $7 million, and they didn't want to pay. They felt like instead it'll just be better just to take him out too. I mean, we can't just be so quick to just listen to what these people are saying as far as like the media. We have to really listen to what these celebrities are saying, but the masses is so blind. We're covering our ears and we're closing our eyes to what's being said because the truth is stranger than fiction. So it's like, it's hard for us to even fathom the stuff that they're saying. It just sounds so far beyond what's really our norm, if you will. But I believe them. I'm sorry, call me what you want, but I believe them. So you guys, make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell if you guys enjoy this video. Make sure that you leave your thoughts and opinions down below. Please be respectful of not only my opinion, but other people as well, or else you will be blocked with no hesitation. Make sure that you guys, like I said, like, subscribe, comment down below what you would like to see me react to next. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have an amazing start of your 2023 year, and I will see you guys in another video. Mwah.